I always thought it would be cool if you could go back and listen to the day-to-day of today's highest achievers as it happened, as opposed to 30 years later after they've made it. I believe there's a giant disconnect between ground zero and the top floor because we only see the top floor and the top floor only talks about the top. You know, how valuable would that be? And so it goes without saying, but I believe I'll make it there. And this is the documented journey through each level. My name is Bryson Sessions, and you are listening to the Bed Podcast. Holy shit, dude, we're at 200. We made 200 episodes in a row. Didn't miss one single day. Didn't miss anything every single day for 200 days straight. As of right now, I recorded a podcast documenting whatever I was doing or had in mind or whatever, and we did it. And it's crazy because the first 100 episodes of this whole thing, I didn't tell anybody about. I mean, I had 6 rules of the show. What's up? I had 6 rules of the show. And one of them was I couldn't tell anybody. I couldn't have any guests on the show, which, of course, no one could know, so no one's going to be on the show. They had to be at least 20 minutes long. There had to be some kind of lesson or takeaway from it. I couldn't just bullshit and talk about, I don't know. I couldn't just bullshit. I had to try, at least, to give some sort of value. And I had to upload at least 5 per week to Spotify. And then later, that was every platform, which is how it is now. And what was the last one? I can't remember what it was, but I had to do. I couldn't tell anybody about the first 100. And that was just to... So honestly, it was because I didn't want to deal with people being like, oh, he's got a podcast now. He's on episode 2. You know, it's like, oh, good luck, you know. I wanted to just be, oh, I just dropped episode 100 of my podcast. You should go check it out. And then someone would be like, you have 100? You know, that was literally the whole mentality behind it. And of course, that doesn't matter and nobody cares. I don't even care. But for me, I just get insecure about sharing any kind of big goal with people because most people have very small minds and they can't think past the weekend. So the fact that I wanted to record 100 of these, well, actually, I want to record 7,305. That's the first goal. Well, technically the second goal that I have with all this. So I don't know, man. People got small minds, and I wouldn't say that's necessarily a bad thing, but it is very frustrating when you try to talk or explain your goals to someone who is small-minded and can't think bigger than, getting a raise at work. So I got huge goals, and I would like to associate with people who also have huge goals. We get along much better, and the conversation flows much smoother. Or even people who don't want big things in life, but who understand it and who aren't going to try to talk you out of it, you know? And what's funny about all of this, all right, so first of all, there's no big plans for episode 200. So yay, we made it 200, but anyway, moving on. So what's funny about all of this is, so I attribute all of where I'm at right now to completing 75 hard, and take the name out of it, take 75 hard out of, take the whole program, take that out of it. Just subtract or just minimize it to the tasks required. So ever since I started working out twice a day, and I don't do that when I'm not on the program, just to be clear, and drinking a gallon of water, taking a progress photo every day, reading 10 pages of a self-help book or a business book or something that's going to make me better, taking a 5-minute cold shower, doing visuals. Every task of 75 hard is what I'm trying to say. I mean, it's not the program itself. It's just the tasks of the program that I adhered to for 75 days straight, and then completed phase 1, then phase 2, and now here we are on the hiatus between phase 2 and 3, which I start phase 3, baby, next fucking month. That's so exciting. So anyway, what I'm trying to say here is where I'm at right now. I mean, it's only been 9 months since I started the program, but 9 months ago, hold on, we'll get into that later. But where I'm at right now is because I practiced discipline, because I started the program, because I did all those tasks day to day and proved to myself that I could do hard shit and that I could be consistent. That's the most important part of all of this. And it's interesting because, so I just listened to a podcast by Andy Frisella on the podcast Relay F. You should go listen to it. It's awesome. Don't be a hoe. Share the show, right? All right. So he just barely dropped a Q&AF episode where he talks about how family and friends are going to be the first to hate on you. And I've always heard that, but I've never seen that in my life up until, I guess, kind of recently. And it's crazy because I've had a family member tell me that they miss the old me. I've had a family member tell me to my face that they were a hater. They were like, why are you riding Andy's dick? And Andy's the creator of 75 Hard, in case anybody doesn't know. I've had a friend tell me that I shouldn't do 75 Hard because what's the point? It's so fucking funny. I wouldn't say funny. It's just so crazy, dude, because it's so true, Well, that's at least what I've experienced, And what's actually funny is the friend who told me I shouldn't do 75 Hard. I think I ever have that on recording, me talking about my why of 75 Hard. I've actually got maybe 10 recordings that I could upload. Matter of fact, I don't know which episode it is, but it's on. Let's find it right now if you guys want to go check it out. Let's see. It's episode, I think it's 60 something. Hold on one sec. Yeah, so episode 61 is a flashback episode. So so I actually recorded my very first day of 75 Hard before I even had the podcast. Because I wanted to document every single day of the program, I didn't end up doing that. But I have maybe a dozen days recorded, and day one of 75 Hard was recorded or was re-uploaded. Was never uploaded. It was just uploaded on episode 61. So if you want to check that out, it's episode 61 of the BQ POV to the Podcast Show. Only the real ones will know that intro. Thank the Lord we came over that one, but that's that show. So you can go back and listen to episode 61 and listen to me on day one of 75 Hard. But anyway, that friend told me it's dumb, he did it. It's whatever, it's stupid, And I'm like, okay, well, I want to do it. And so I did it. I failed on day 5, so that sucked. And then I did it again and completed it. But had I listened to that friend, I would not be in the position that I am now. 100%. Maybe I'd be close to it, but I wouldn't be where I am now. If I would have started the program or maybe even delayed it till the new year, like every fucking person on earth, if I would have just delayed it and pushed it off and pushed it off and pushed it off, I wouldn't be in the position I am now. And I don't necessarily mean financially. I mean, I probably still would have saved money and got my own place. That's probably what would have happened on a similar timeline. But I wouldn't have the discipline now I wouldn't have a podcast. I wouldn't be in the shape that I'm in now. I definitely would. It's a good thing that I even failed the program to begin with because it made me change my diet, and that made me gain a lot more weight. I actually weighed myself today for the first time in forever, and I was 201. And that's crazy because I haven't seen the 200s in forever. So that's very cool. And I'm also the strongest I've ever been. I wouldn't say legs because I got 2 herniated discs, and I'm so paranoid to do anything that puts any kind of pressure on my lower back. A lot of pressure, I should say, because I'm not going through that pain again. It's so painful, and I do not want to go through that ever again. So if that means I don't squat or deadlift again, so be it. I probably will. I'll push the envelope a little bit. But anyway, I'm here where I am now in life because I didn't listen to friends, family, and shit like that, telling me that I shouldn't do this or that I'm whatever. And that feels good, It's always hard when people you love and care about tell you certain things. But I think you just have to say, fuck off. I'm going to do me. I'm going to do what I think is best. And if it doesn't work, you win. Oh, well, if it does work, I don't care that I won because I'm going to continue winning. So that's that. So episode 200, dude, I can't believe that we made it. So first 100 episodes, couldn't tell anybody. And then thereafter, I just started sharing it. And I've already talked about this before, but I'll talk about it again. Just not saying a word about what I was doing for 100 days straight and then breaking the news. It wasn't like I said in the beginning, I wouldn't say I wanted, but I was craving that type of reaction, not a reaction, but like that type of reaction of, wow, you got 100? Truth is nobody gives a fuck. I mean, at least I don't think so. I mean, I don't even give a fuck. It's cool that I did that, but now we just did it again. But except this time we told people and nothing changed. The only thing that's changed is I've had a handful of people reach out and say some very nice things, and that's it. And no disrespect or hate toward anybody who has said nice things to me, because I will always appreciate it every single time, because it really does mean a lot. That's 100% truthful. But whether or not people say nice things or whether or not people say shitty things, I'm still going to do this every single day. And so I'm not disregarding any nice thing or any bad thing or any negative thing, but regardless of who says what, I'm still going to keep going. I'm still going to keep doing what I think is best, and I'm going to keep trying to make more and more of these. And obviously, the goal is 7,305 because that's 20 years of the show. So, and no, it's not 7,300 because there's 5 leap years in 20 years. So, eat shit. So anyway, 7,305, that's the 20-year anniversary. And like the intro set or the outro, who gives a shit? Either one. Like that one says, this is just going to be one giant playbook to see the moves that I made, the decisions I made, the choices I made, everything to get to where I end up, which I don't even know where that'll be. But because like I said, man, how fucking cool would it be if you could go back, if you could just have a long list of people, you got Kobe Bryant, you got Michael Jordan, you got Chris Bumstead, you got Andy Frisella, David Goggins, Joe Rogan, you got any president in the United States, any famous author, any famous celebrity, anybody. Just imagine a long list. You click on them, and you can go back and listen to them when they were, like, for example, let's pick Kobe Bryant. So he got drafted to the NBA from high school. Imagine being able to go back and listen to him in high school talk about, holy shit, so I'm playing really good and I might get drafted to the NBA. I'm only 16 or however old, however old he was. And be able to listen to him day by day for the next 20 years while he's in the NBA, like days before a big game or days after the big game and he won, or especially the days after a big game and he lost. What's going through his head? What decisions does he make? What is he thinking? What's he going through? What the fuck's going on? That's so cool. Like Elon Musk, Warren Buffett, Bill Gates, Steve Jobs, people like that, making ginormous companies, Mark Zuckerberg. Like we have the movie of, what's that called? The movie of Facebook? Social Network or something like that? I don't know. But imagine just being able to listen to him talk about how he's trying to develop this new software, and he did. Okay, we got this thing where this Cher's birthday's sick, man. Okay, actually, I heard so-and-so talk about this thing. I'm going to actually add it so that everybody can see who you're dating, just to hear that and then to see what it evolved into. Because now Facebook is humongous. Because Facebook is Meta. Meta is Facebook, Instagram, WhatsApp, Threads. Crazy, But just being able to hear that episode by episode by episode. And who cares if there's 20,000 episodes? You could go back and listen to every single day. And I'm sure that if there were 20,000 episodes, and it were something about Facebook, about the day-to-day creation of the software and who did it and what they were thinking, blah, 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 I'm sure the internet would find its way about organizing every episode and the timestamps and figuring out who said what at what time to make it the most comprehensive guide that you could find on which episodes to listen to that talk about which topic that are relevant to the person who's listening. So that was a lot, but that's the goal with this. And so obviously, I believe I'm going to make it somewhere so cool, I think, that it will be valuable to come back and listen to these, even if it's just my kids. If nobody ever listened to any of these except my future kids, it would all still be worth it. Then they would know their dad was not a loser and he tried every single day to be the best he could. So that's worth it for me. But there's going to be a lot more people that listen to this than just my kids, because as of right now, we have 591 downloads, and 177 of those were in the last 30 days. So if you want to average it out, it's about 3 per episode, because we are almost at 600, and that's 200 episodes, 600 listens and 200 episodes. So it's average at 3, but there's still 50 episodes that nobody's even listened to, which is fine, because we'll listen to them in 20 years. That's the goal. That's always been the goal. But it seems like if you look at the last 10, so from 199 to 190, the listens go, and this is as of May 6th, 8:36 p.m. It goes, so from 199 to 190, it goes 5555-867-465. Sounds like a phone number, dude. Should we call that phone number live? Let's do it. Is that a phone number? Who cares, bro? Someone's getting featured today, so 555-586-7465. All right.
Your call cannot be completed at this time.
Fuck. Well, we tried. Someone was about to get featured, but they decided to not, so. Oh, man. Anyway, so I would say we're averaging about 5 per episode, which is crazy because a month ago, or 2 months ago, I don't know, we were at 2 to 3, and we doubled that. Hell yeah, dude. See, this is what I'm saying, man. One day, I'm going to have millions of people listen to this. Or maybe not this exact show, but your new norm or whatever. And I even feel like a fucking fraud saying millions because that's crazy, but I mean thousands for sure. But one day there's going to be millions of people listening to this, and they're going to hear me talk about how I went from 3 listeners to 5. You know? Oh, see, that's what the fuck I'm talking about. That's so sick. So anyway, happy episode 200. Nothing special on this one. I'm just proud that I made it this far. I have no plans on quitting whatsoever. I'm not going back. And it's actually pretty fun. It's kind of therapeutic. I've said that so many times, but you know, especially being alone now, this is my talk time. So I get to kind of talk about some shit and kind of think that people are listening to me and I'm hearing what I'm saying, you know, because I'm just trying to share my wins, my losses, what's going through my head, my self-doubts, my insecurities, my confidence, everything. Hopefully to inspire somebody 10 years down the line, 20 years down the line, or even 30, 40, 50, because who knows how long these platforms will be alive. But yeah, that's that. So, and then I'm going to talk about this for a second, then I'm going to go to bed. But let's see, let's actually check. Which episode was it? It was fairly recently. I was talking about how productivity softwares are bullshit. Let's see. 6 months. Don't focus on Parkinson's long time. Hold on. Where is it? Same place resilience. Coming to terms with perfect. Hold on. I don't know, dude. Who gives a shit, though, huh? Yeah, I'm looking. I don't know. It's between 160 and 180 for sure, though. Yeah, for sure. But anyway, I talked about how there's a lot of productivity softwares and, I don't know, apps and methods or whatever that help you stay productive and get your shit done. And I talk shit about them because I tried a couple apps and honestly, I just didn't understand them because there was just so much into it. I'm like, wow, so I have to micromanage my own time, or I have to micromanage the software that manages my time. How about I just write some shit on a sticky note and look at that and call it a day, you know? But after this week, it has dawned on me that the key for me in this time of life now, for me, is I need to be as organized and prepared as possible, because the last couple of days have been so rough, just trying to work and get meals prepped and unpack all my shit and somehow still get a gallon of water in, 225 grams of protein in, record a podcast, take an ice bath that I never want to fucking do. Dude, lately, fuck the ice bath. Dude, I hate it. I hate it, dude. Every morning I'm like, wow, dude, I'm quitting everything and I'm going to go get hit by a bus. And that's, I mean, not really, I don't mean it that way, but fuck the ice bath, dude. I mean, this morning I got up and I was like, no. I went back to bed. No shit. And, I mean, I'm exaggerating quite a bit here, but yeah, fuck the ice bath. I only like it when I get out, and after that I feel like a champion. But before that, I'm good. I'll pass, whatever. But got to do the hard shit first. I think that's the key. But anyway, getting organized and prepared and knowing what I got to get done on which days so that I can do whatever I got to do next on the other days so that I can keep moving forward and keep building momentum. Because there's a lot of things that I'm going to have to start doing to build certain types of infrastructure in a business that I don't want to do whatsoever. One of them is I'd like to message 100 people per day. And that doesn't sound like much, but really easy to just go find a profile, click message and say, hi, what's up? I'm selling a product, buy it. It's another to find a profile that you can resonate with, find something on their profile that you can relate to or agree with or whatever. Send the person a message and say, hey, I like this post about your dog or whatever. I don't have a dog, but I'd like you to buy my, you know what I mean? I'm joking, of course, but it's a whole other game to care and to send a genuine message and to, so that's one of the things that I don't necessarily want to do, because if you say it takes 3 minutes to find a profile and to send a genuine message, it would take about 3.5 hours to, let's see, what would that be? 3. Hold on, what kind of math am I doing, dude? It'll take about 5 hours to message 100 people. And so some of that's going to have to be done at work. And the other half is going to be, I don't know, man. I just, so that's one thing. And 100 is just some arbitrary number. I could be 50, but if I did 100 instead of 50, that would double the speed of whatever results I'm going to get. So I don't know, man. I'm about to go into grind mode, and I need Jesus. So all I'm trying to say with all of this is that I just need more organization and more preparation in life. And so I was looking more into these softwares, the ones that do cost money, and they're, they have artificial intelligence integrated, and it's nice and whatever. And I was looking at some, and I went through a roller coaster today because I was like, yeah, this is actually some hot shit right here. Yeah, we're definitely going to use this. And then I went through another little phase today where I was like, nope. No, it doesn't. It doesn't work with my schedule, because my schedule's weird, man, because it rotates bi-weekly. And it's difficult to schedule that because Monday through Thursday and Saturdays for me are all the same. But every Friday and every Sunday alternate. And so, and the sleep schedules are not the same with what I just said. They're kind of different based on what days I gym, what days I don't gym, and what days I meal prep, what days I don't meal prep. I think it would be Sundays, or Fridays. I don't know. I haven't decided. But anyway, nothing's the same. Like, it's not like Monday through Friday work, Saturday, Sunday off. It's not that at all. And so these softwares don't allow me to implement the versatility or inconsistency in my schedule into their software so that it works. So I went super simple. Someone might laugh at me. Don't give a shit. I went super simple, super basic, super baseline here. I went to Google Calendar and I put all my shit in there. And the good thing about that is this is good. This is a good foundation because you can integrate Google Calendar, Apple Calendar, Outlook. I think that's a calendar. Most calendar apps most basic calendar apps like this, you can integrate into other things. Like there's some softwares called like Sunsuma or something like that. Sunsuma. There's one. It's called Reclaim. There's one called Motion, which is what I tried today. There's a couple others, but anyway, you can integrate it into them. So all I did was put all the basic shit into my calendar, which is my jobs, the gym, the meal preps, and the sleep, what time I wake up, what time I ice bath, and just to get a visual. And so I fully plan to put the podcast in here as well because that's recurring daily. But the super analytical part of me wants things to be certain ways, and they can't be. So, for example, I have a 10-hour block of work that I do every day. That's my main job, or FedEx, whatever. And so this podcast can be recorded in any situation, any scenario, any sound quality. It doesn't matter. It's just to get a message out and to document whatever is going on. It could be 20 seconds long. It could be an hour. The point is to just to talk about whatever I got to talk about, to capture it so that we can look back in 20 years. And that's extremely contrary to how I explained it when I first started, because I said that every episode was going to be 2 to 3 minutes so we can listen to almost a month of my life in an hour. And as we've come to find out, that's not what happened, because every episode has been longer than almost 15 minutes since. So, oops. But, yeah, man. Live and learn, huh? So, I want to... So like I was saying, so this podcast can be recorded on the way home from work, but on the calendar, it goes from 2:30 work to 2:30 gym. So there's no space to put that anywhere in between there except for overlaying it on top of the work day schedule thingy. But I don't want to do that because it looks like shit. I want it to automatically know. And there's certain apps that do know, but you got to pay. Dude, see... Doesn't matter, but it just looked better and it would be nicer. But yeah, anyway, so I did that today. And I cleaned up everything. I made it my number one task today and my only task today to clean up my house, because I got boxes everywhere. I've had my kitchen everywhere. I mean, meal prep yesterday was a fucking joke because I was cleaning newly bought Tupperware and shit, or bowls, as I was trying to prep. So I had diced up potatoes and cut chicken, but nowhere to put them because the bowls that I needed to put them in to put the spices in were being cleaned. So I just sat there with my thumb up my ass, just waiting. There's nothing else I could do because I didn't have counter space. I didn't want to get all the chemicals out and start cleaning shit, and then it accidentally gets into my food. See how overthinking I'm getting? And so I was just a mess yesterday, and then I finally finished everything, and I was like, oh, finally. It took way too long, and I also had to go to the store and spend an arm and a leg to get the food and all the other shit that I need, like all the condiments, all the spices, there's some other shit that I needed to buy, like muffin tins or the muffin containers, some spatulas, So thank the Lord that I work 9 million jobs to be able to afford certain things, but the goal is to not someday and to still be able to afford 10 Lambos if I wanted. But neither here nor there. I just got to get my ass more organized and prepared so that I am able to battle the bear in the woods, so to speak, when the time comes, instead of being surprised that the bear is there when I should have known all along. Anyway, that's that. That was episode 200, dude. So nothing special. We'll have a new intro, new outro soonish. I say that, but I don't know. Not a huge priority. I've even thought about taking it out completely and me just doing the intro and the outro each time, because then that would allow me to not have to go through Adobe Audition to put the intro and the outro on there and the quality or whatever, and it would just be this. So the quality would be sacrificed a little bit because I do enhance it a little bit on the program, but that wouldn't be, it would just make it much easier for me to record this and go bloop, bloop, and just upload like that. Hold on. What the fuck, man? Hold on. Whatever. So it'd make it easier. It'd make it easier for me to upload it. It would save some time. And I'm all about saving time right now because I'm getting stressed out over nothing. So anyway, that's the show, guys. That was episode 200. That was $2 bill today. So 200 days straight of doing this, dude. So to anybody who's listened to all of them, nobody has, because there's still about 50 or 60 that have not been listened to. Thank you for listening. Okay, that's it. Talk to you later. Peace out. I guess I can't end it, so. Okay, I guess you guys are going to stay with me for...
Hey, thanks for listening, and quick reminder here. So this podcast doesn't prioritize professionalism or quality at all. It's just meant to be a shoot from the hip type podcast with the intent just to get a quick message out. So some episodes might be inaudible in 30 seconds, and others might be 45 minutes and super crisp sounding. So all these are being made so that by episode 7,305, which is 20 years, we can come back and see the entire playbook of how I made it to wherever I'm going. So thank you so much for listening. I really appreciate it. I'll talk to you soon.